Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog. Just kicking my shoes off and ready to do some yoga with my doggies. It is hot outside today. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It is miserably hot. I tried to go out there and I was like, yeah, I could do some outdoor yoga today. Not today. Not today. So we're here in the air conditioning and we're gonna start off. I'm gonna practice on the mat today for my tree pose. I'm just feeling super grateful to be here with y'all, to be here with Sam and Z-Dog, who are the best yoga buddies. Oh, getting a nice bit of a stretch. I can't believe we are here for day 9, you guys. Like, just the fact that I've done yoga for 8 days consecutively prior to this. I have not done that in years. So, wow. Grounding through my feet. Just letting the gratitude flow through me. I think sometimes it's good to intentionally wallow in pleasant feelings because so much of the time I will berate myself and I'll be self-critical and like all these things. Like I'll wallow in negative emotions all the ding dong day. So whenever I'm feeling something good, I want to like, oh yeah, just like a pig in mud, just soaking it in, rolling around. So I hope you're having some good feelings today that you can roll around in. And if not, maybe we can mix them up and apply as necessary. Grounding down through our feet. I'm shifting my weight over to my right foot to start with. Wiggling my toes. I can kind of squeeze my yoga mat with my toes. This is cool. I wonder what doing yoga on a beach would be like. All the sand and kind of squishing my toes in the sand. I've never been to the beach, so I fantasize about it though. Taking in a deep breath with an exhale, bringing my knee open and placing the sole of my foot on the calf of my leg. Have your hands wherever feels comfortable to you. If you feel like you need to drop a foot for support, hold onto a chair, put your fingertips on a wall. Do whatever you feel like you need to do. And you can have your focus here be on, some days when I do this, my focus is entirely on just not falling over. Other days, my focus is entirely just on my breath. Some days, my focus is on keeping my knee nice and open. So there are probably 100 things that you can have your focus on. So hopefully we'll get to explore that together. Ooh, coming out, putting my weight into my left foot, sending down my roots. And right in this moment, I'm focusing on that feeling of sending my energy down through my foot, putting down roots. Like really. Before growing. A little bit of a cramp in my leg, my raised leg, but that's okay. And then we fall out of it, but that's all right too. I'm actually going to add in a little bit. This is not today's new posture. I just like stretching the tops of my feet, especially when I've got something squishy to resist against, like this mat. Oh, that feels so nice. I've been trying to do more barefoot functioning, because my feet and ankles get so stiff just wearing even just sandals and boots and stuff all day. So, trying to show my toes some love. Excuse me, Sam. Beep, beep. Coming through. Yeah, you know. You know how this works. So next up, we have forward fold. In the sequence that we're going through today, I actually wrote it on a sticky note. We have tree pose, forward bend, cat-cow, downward facing dog. We're adding in plank. So that's, I don't know why plank always seems so scary to me, but we can do this. And I'll show you guys some modifications to make it a little bit easier. We also have lizard, cobra, cobbler, and camel. So preparing ourselves for forward fold, we can actually practice a few times flexing down in through our knees, just feeling some movement and feeling what it feels like to have your knees be engaged but not locked. I wonder if I can demonstrate in these pants. So if you can see my kneecaps, locked knees is if somebody came up and kicked you in the back of your knee, you'd lose your balance kind of stuff. Like it wouldn't take much, just a little like, and your knees would give out. So engaged knees is having, I mean, your legs are straight, but yeah, but there's still some movement. It's like you are primed for action. So priming our knees for action. Taking a nice deep breath, we are going to swan dive forward. You could place your hands on the back of a chair, on the seat of a chair, on your doggy. Oh yeah, you love petting the doggy. On your thighs, your shins, the ground. You could use blocks. And I'm gonna get just a little bit of a wiggle. You can feel this sometimes in your hamstrings more so, or your back more so. And I think exploring for yourself where that line is when, this forward bend or forward fold, when does it become more of a back stretch for you? When does it become more of a hamstring stretch? You can come up onto your toes and come up onto your heels, much to the dismay of the doggo. And I'm just going to breathe. Oh, my spine just popped. It's always nice. I spend a lot of time hunched over a desk doing crafty things, which I love, but I do not have the best mobility through my shoulders and neck and chest. So we all need yoga in different ways for different reasons. From here, I'm going to move our blocks and start walking forward. I'm actually going to add in just a little bit of a down dog right here, just because I feel like it. Nice little bit of a stretch. Just getting to see my Sam dog. Ooh. Love on him with one hand, love on him with the other hand. Sam, you gotta move, buddy. I'm coming down to hands and knees. Well, sometimes you must be like water and flow around the obstacles. So we'll meet in cat-cow. We'll get a little bit of a stretch. Oh yeah, that's nice. Arching your backs up into cat. Making sure that you've got some nice noodliness through your head and neck and shoulders. You don't want to be super tight and tensed up. Just relax. Wiggle it out. You can add a forward and backward movement to this if you like. Make it a little bit more of an undulation, a little bit more of a dance. This can help increase the mobility in your wrists. And then you can even try the other direction. So I'm scooping as I lean forward and then arching as I come back. Oh, that one's really nice. And you'll never know how something feels for you or what you may feel from something until you start trying to do it. So I mean, don't make yourself very uncomfortable, but find the edge of your comfort zone and explore that, because you can kind of take a step into, oh, this is out of my comfort zone, and then step right back into it, and then like process and observe, be like, oh, how was that? I don't know if I liked it, because I'll try anything like 3 to 5 times, because you never know. Like maybe today was just a bad day for that. Like maybe today was not my forward fold kind of day, or not my dynamic cat cow kind of day. So I'll try it again, maybe at a different time of month, maybe after I've been physical in other ways. So you know it's kind of like, vegetables or something you might not have liked eating as a kid. If you try it now as an adult, maybe your palate has changed. And I feel like we all have kind of a yoga palate as well, things that disagree with our bodies, things that our bodies need more of. And I think it's a very good idea to always check back in and know yourself. So we've done our cat cows. I keep losing count. I'm so bad at keeping count of this stuff, you guys. But I think it's good sometimes to exist without quantifying. Okay, so I've moved my hands forward just a little bit more from where they naturally were for cat cow. I'm going to scooch my knees back just a little bit more, and I have my toes curled under. Nice deep breath, and on our exhale, pushing up into downward facing dog. Well, hey dog, I love you. Oh, just getting some nice stretches. My arms are feeling much stronger just after 8 days of yoga. That's pretty encouraging. Well, I know, same dog. Making sure our neck and shoulder are loose. We can kind of come up onto our toes. We can alternate our knees. Or we can find stillness. And from here, we can come into plank. And I'm kind of just shifting my feet back. I'm actually going to lower my knees because this is a lot for me. We can do plank with our knees on the ground. This is still strengthening and building us up to having both knees off the ground. It's okay if you're shaking. Ooh, well, I did 3 breaths up in plank. And there's another one in modified plank with my knees down. So I'm going to come back, sit on my heels for a moment, and just breathe. Get a little bit of a counter stretch going. Woo, I'm going to see if I can. I wasn't kidding when I told you guys. I have super tight shoulders. Like, not to brag, but I can barely move them. So just bringing my hands behind me and clasping. Kind of getting a little bit more opening through the chest. We've done so much so far opening through our back. And I can always tell whenever I need to work on a posture because I'll have difficulty taking nice, deep, full breaths. So sometimes before pushing into like, oh, I gotta get some space and make it look more like how I expect the yoga poses to look after watching other people and after like seeing books and stuff, I think it's more important for me to focus on being able to breathe in a posture. Because once we get our breathing right, then we can push the boundary of flexibility or push the boundary of strength. Okay, so now, that made me kind of stiff. I'm going to come back into our tabletop position, and we are going to do some lizard. So I'm actually going to come up for this one today because I'm feeling a little stiff. I'm on my knee. I'm actually going to use the assistance of my bookcase here too and bring a foot forward about where my hands were. and I have my knee not in line with my hip, like straight and narrow. I have it at the edge of my mat, so it's actually offset quite a bit. And you'll find your range of where your leg is comfortable. But I do want to be able to put both of my hands down on the inside of my foot, like so. And we can kind of stretch and move in this location. We can turn our toes under and lift our knee. Oh, and deepen into that stretch pretty nicely. We can lower our knee back down. Come on to our elbows. We could use a block under our elbows. And one more breath. Oof. It's getting hot in here. Oh, I'm going to stretch back just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Then bringing our knee back. Moving my hands over to the other side. And I'm going to try to treat both sides with the same courtesy if I'm having a stiff day. So hold on to the bookcase. I'm going to bring my foot forward. Get it into position. And then from here, I can lay my hands down. Bring my toe tucked under. Lift my knee. And radiate through my chest. If it's easier for you, which it may be actually for me, to have your hands up on blocks like so, yeah, it makes it so much easier for me to kind of radiate out through my chest and actually get deeper into my hips. And then from here, we can lower. Oh yeah, that's nice. Can lower that back knee down. Oof, yeah. So don't feel like using blocks is like a bad thing or like a crutch that you have to use. Blocks are a tool. There is no pride or shame in using a tool. It's all about like all that ego stuff. I have to just leave at the door. Sorry, just taking a moment. It is quite warm. I'm going to set up a fan real quick because I am dying. And this is just a little like clip-on fan. We actually got it for camping, but it's battery operated. Oh, and so nice. I mean, I do have the ceiling fan going, but a little bit of specifically directed air is always kind of nice. So we have done lizard pose. So now our next pose is cobra. Lowering myself down slowly. Now again, this is a posture that if we use our back muscles to lift us up and then our arms to bring us up the rest of the way, that I feel like I get the most benefit of this pose by focusing on the engagement of my back muscles. So I like to kind of get into position and then kind of clench and then unclench and then clench and then unclench different parts, whether it's my glutes, whether it's my neck and shoulders, just to bring awareness into that space. Could also put your toes tucked under, have your toes extra pointy, try to bring your legs a little closer together. That makes it very tight on my lower back for me personally. So you do you, listen to your body. I also like putting my knees wide and touching my heels together and kind of frogging it. Ooh, though that makes me cramp through my hamstring. But it's still nice to explore. Come back down, kind of shake it all out. Deep breath, come back up, and we can even use our blocks. So now from here, I'm going to come up onto my knees again, staying in direct path of my fan. I think it's, gosh, what is it, 108 with the heat index today. So we're all feeling it. Even the trees outside look kind of droopy and tired. Up next, Camel. So I'm going to turn my toes under, have my knees a little bit wide. Oh, and I'm going to bring my blocks back. And engaging my core, engaging my glutes, pressing as though the tops of my thighs were like against a wall to get stability through there. And yesterday I did it with my toes tucked under, so today I'm going to have my toes out flat, but I'm grounding through the tops of my feet. And we're going to start by lifting just our chest, almost like our sternum is being drawn up by a string. So we're going to lift and bend. The whole time keeping your abs engaged. You don't want to be coming back and like disengaging, because we're supporting this whole movement through our core. And we can come down and grab and grab the block, or your raised heel if your flexibility takes you there. You could also put your fists on kind of either side of your tailbone. Or you can travel your hands down. Now again, I always find that like whenever I get into a back bend, my breathing locks. So I'm trying to balance that and kind of address my breathing and get my breathing right before like nailing the pose. Like, because again, we can be holding the pose and it can look correct, but it's about what it's supposed to be doing for us internally, not how it looks on Instagram. So keeping that in mind, preparing ourselves, tucking our pelvis, lifting our chest. So instead of going as deep as I can go and compromising my form, I'm coming back to where my shoulders are not crunched by my neck, to where I can take deep breaths. Oh. Well, that'll break the zone, won't it? Hey guys, it's okay. Come here. It's all right, just the neighbors. Or the dreaded mailman. Oh no. It's okay, buddy. Go tell your daddy. How about that? Let's go tell your daddy. After you, my good sirs. Yep, go tell everybody about it. I'm so sorry. I realize how jarring dog barking can be. Oh. But now, we get to plop back down into some cobbler pose. We've done amazing today, you guys. Just showing up, I think, can be a huge deal. So even if you're still here with me on day 9 and you're just feeling the cat-cow, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking yourself on this journey with me, because we can all only walk our own paths, but it doesn't mean we can't be parallel for a while. And even as our paths change, we can still be cheering each other on. So, time to wring out that sponge. This is my favorite part. Barging in like you pay bills. is my favorite part of yoga every day. These past 9 days is getting to come into Cobbler and kind of wring out that dirty sponge that my spine always feels like so like after all day over the keyboard. It's so nice to take a break mid-afternoon and just wring myself out. We can get a little bit of a side bend going here too. But we can start coming forward. It's okay, buddy. I wish I could let you know it's okay. Yeah. So we're going to grab onto our feet. Oh, that's a very good downward facing dog. Kind of hold on to our feet. And we don't want to be just arching our back. Sometimes I'll get so into wanting to be right up next to my feet that I forget to keep good form. Oh, thank you for kisses, baby. Give me little doggy kisses. Boogies. So yeah, we want to keep our spine nice and straight. Hey, I know. Well, thank you. Oh, what a good boy. Z. Ow, ow, you got toenails, buddy. Z, get out of my pants. Can I help you? No, that's fair. I am covered in dog hair now. Oh my goodness. He's a sweetie. He really is. He's just a bit of a jerk. So we're going to come down and there we go. Keep our spine nice and straight. Radiate to the top of our head. My puppies are old men with gray beards. When did you grow up? When did you get old? You beautiful mongrel. Oh. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. So radiating up to the tops of our heads and bending at our hips. You are heavy breathing harder than me. It is warm in here, isn't it? Well, I think I need to go give this puppy some attention. So I'm going to let you guys go. I will see y'all back here tomorrow. If you have any... I'm going to stand up so he can stop rubbing his face on the microphone. Oh my God, I look like a... Well, the sweat will do that. If you guys have any questions, comments, or ideas, leave them down below. I love hearing from you. I'll see you next time. So until then, keep on keeping on. Bye. Oh my goodness, Z-Dog.